All right, so this is a walkthrough of my vehicle without kind of the gear. You've seen a previous video, kind of the loadout with kind of everything, the load plan for everything that I would need to pack in an emergency. This is just maybe some food for thought for anyone that might be, I don't know, interested. Maybe this is boring, I don't know. But just kind of a walkthrough in the cockpit here. I've got a large Maglite flashlight, super handy. I've got neon or blaze vests, floral vests, both for passenger and driver. That's a pee bottle for longer trips. Coming in here, pretty standard, not much really in here other than Baofeng UV5R, radio. The antenna is up above for the vehicle, and then this antenna here is for a DSL software-defined radio, which I have another video on itself, and then the Baofeng have a video on, of course. Kind of moving around to the back then, just a spray bottle or for Armor All, pair of boots. I've got this solar charging panel, which kind of keeps your battery topped off if your car is parked for a long period of time. It's actually quite handy. And then an umbrella. And then moving back here, these are my toolboxes, which I'll do a separate video on. One of the nice things about the vehicle that I have, which is a Hyundai Santa Fe, is it has this great big kind of well that you can put lots of gear in. So just some standard things that you would want in the back of your car, I think. This is another compartment, so if you do have cargo in the back, you can still access some of your emergency gear, which I really like. So I've got one of these Sillock keys next to the jack, triangle that you can set up, some a light stick and some flares, gloves, safety glasses, a flag for carrying a long item off the top of my car or out the window, whatever, or on the trailer, a fire extinguisher, and then I've got a wrench here to swap out my balls. And that's pretty much it. I've got this, just some other, things like for pulling a hay wagon, pins for that, extra cotter pins, that kind of thing. This is something that I saw on a weblog of the firefighter tool to keep doors jammed open. I thought that was kind of cool. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much standard kind of stuff that you need in the back. And then here, this container just kind of keeps all my tie downs stuff nice and neat. I hate having that stuff all over the place. Extra gas can, super handy to have, is a small crowbar. You can use this for so many different things. Emergency egress, emergency ingress, as a demolition tool. So super handy. Garbage bags, some heat, liquid heat, seafoam, which don't really need for this car. I use it mainly for my older F-150. Some motor oil. Gazetteers. If you saw my navigation video, I have a lot of different types of maps. So these gazetteers are super awesome. I'm from multiple states. Great for hiking, fishing, all sorts of stuff. And then it's some topographical maps, land plat maps, so I know where my neighbor's property is, and then other state maps, as well as a larger road atlas as well. So in case, for whatever reason, GPS isn't working or my phone's not working, don't have batteries, I don't know, whatever, I can go back to paper maps. Plate carrier back here. This is just a cheap plate carrier, but one that I could use kind of emergency use, I guess you could say. So on Instagram, I did a video on homemade plates. You can see that, but that's what this has. So this was literally an airsoft vest that I got actually just for weight training or for physical training. Didn't see the need in spending $300 on a vest that I was just going to use for training, physical training. And so now I just kind of keep in the back of my car, so it's ready to go as kind of a backup. You saw, this is my wilderness survival kit that you saw for vehicle. And then this kit here is actually an ammo box, but I found it to be quite helpful. It contains kind of a toiletry set, This is just extra 22 rounds. Lifeboat kind of emergency food rations. These are good for like 2 people, I don't know, for a couple days. 2,400 calories. Ramen noodles, MRE, couple MREs unpacked. So pretty standard kind of food items. And then this little air compressor, super handy, spare windshield wiper part, windshield wipers. And then this is cat litter for winter mainly. So that's pretty much the back of the car. And then coming around the side, just some Fix-A-Flat. And then here is another vest, little flashlight for the passenger, and then a spare poncho for this passenger. And then under the seat I keep a safe for a handgun, and then just some stuff in the middle console, some ear and eye pro for shooting, extra rounds, you know, going to the range, whatever. This is great for long drives with emergency, the 5-hour energy. I found this actually quite handy. This is a USB flashlight, nice to have up front. Little tape measure, wet ones, and then kind of my go-to toolkit, so to speak, which is the Knipex pliers and these mini bolt cutters, and then a screwdriver combo. So I think I did a video on these guys in the past. And then just some hand sanitizer, paperwork for the vehicle. This pocket reference guide is super handy. Has all sorts of fun stuff in there. So if you're ever stuck in a car and you have to read something, this is pretty neat. More, just a couple maps to have handy, and then I have an N95 mask, one for every passenger. So I always have one. With COVID, we'd have to dip into those all the time, so I just kind of put a package in there as well, so that in case we needed extras for other people. And so that's just a quick walkthrough on the car. I know it's kind of boring. Maybe it's some food for thought for others, and certainly happy to entertain any suggestions people might have for some additional gear or things I might not have thought of to add to the vehicle. Thanks so much, and make sure you like and subscribe.